Hey guys, welcome. It's your girl, Black Girl Minimalism. I'm doing a read for today is October 21st, and I believe today is the actual new moon day. It always starts 2 days before the actual day of the new moon and 2 days after the energy lingers. So we're right on the start of the new moon in Libra. And I kind of lightly touched on it yesterday in regards to things you want to look forward to in this energy, as far as like maybe not spending too much time on things that are not pertaining to you and taking care of yourself. Libras are known for giving their all to everyone, but then leaving very little for themselves. And I mean, they're good at it, but it doesn't mean that you should continue in that way. If something is being done in a certain way for a long particular time, doesn't mean that it's the best way to do it, even though you're highly functioning, right? So we want to pay attention to things like that, patterns, practices, the way in which we introduce our day as well. Maybe having a slower start in the morning and then getting into the start of your morning. And when I talk about the energy, being that we're in the energy of Libra in itself, as a new way of practice, this is for everyone. So you want to think about routines. You want to think about time that you give out to other people. You want to think about how to pivot for new spaces, new things, in the way that you are living your life, right? Because Libras are very intentional with the people in their life, with their energy, how much energy they're giving out. If it's too much, just cut it. Okay, just cut it. All right, so let's get into the spread of 12. We're utilizing the Neoteric Feminine Guidebook deck. The first thing that we receive is an ace card. We receive the Ace of Wands. And why I truly love this deck, because I really don't have to think too much into the pictorial demonstration of what's being given. You're being handed something which looks like that's hidden. So maybe what's coming forward, you can't see it coming. And then this has to do with inspiration, creative spark, initiative, new passion, enthusiasm, and energy. And earlier in today, I was actually talking with one of my friends. She was talking about picking up a new hobby for herself. That could be a new thing that you could explore. Maybe a hobby that you put down. Maybe a hobby that makes you feel more in tune with your childlike spirit, because a hobby that she picked up was just for fun. You know, it wasn't her work. It was just for fun. It was a way to like decompress from the actual day. So you don't really have to put too much work into it. The next thing to come up is the Judgment card. So you have the angel in the sky, but she's playing an instrument, maybe announcement coming forward, and you're being open to that announcement. The women in the boat are on sea, but they're naked. So what you're putting forward is maybe your naked self, in order to come to a place of self-evaluation, awakening, renewal, purpose. Finding a place to reflect can lead you to a sense of purpose and reckoning. So you're not afraid to shake things up. All right, so next thing to come up is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant card has to do with traditions, social groups. So you'll be coming into a specific space where you'll be gathering with other individuals, conventionality, conformity, education, knowledge, and beliefs. So the books are present in this particular card, meaning like you might be picking up on particular reads, podcasts, anything that you could find your hands on. That will be something that will lead you to, and it's the key that are crossed at the bottom of this card. So it's a key, something to take note of, something that's going to be a key to what you need to know moving forward. So, you know, a lot of the times when we grow in age, we mature, we find that we have less and less time to actually read the text. So we have things like e-reader or Kindle, something to go through the text in a faster way. But when you actually go through and read the text, you find that some of the information that you need or you need to source or look over, it might stick out better for you. It might resonate better for you and be able to lead you to some sort of evaluation or knowing that you need to, just by reading over the information. All right. So next thing to come up is the Lovers card. So this has to do with a love, a union, a partnership, relationships. So maybe at this time you'll be in review of just how you feel about these spaces. What are the points to take note of in regards to romance, balance, and unity? A place of bringing yourself into unity, and that's between you and yourself, you and your partner. However, you find unity in that space of union. Okay. Next thing that we have come up is the Three of Swords. This has to do with separation, sadness, grief, sorrow, upset, loss, trauma, or tears. So you be coming to a space where three particular energies, or we have a Three of Swords. That's what I'm saying in regards to heartbreak. It could be friendship. It could be any alliance that you call a particular state of moving away from something. Okay. So next thing to come up is the King of Wands. In this particular card, the plane is present. So it has to do with travel, and maybe something that's coming forward would be pertaining to a place where you are traveling, and you might come into a space of leadership, vision, big picture items that might come forward, taking control, making daring decisions. So I see that as rebellious, so stepping outside your comfort zone, boldness and optimism. So you're coming to a place where you're traveling somewhere that's going to bring you to a place of optimism. Okay. So we have the Nine of Swords. This has been coming up in regards to your sleep and your rest, because she's waking up at a particular hour of like 12:30. So maybe your thoughts might be in a place where you're feeling a sense of despair or isolation. So don't let those thoughts overwhelm you. We do have loss and grief, disappointment, sadness, mourning, discomfort, feeling let down. So what it says to me is like, being that we're in a new moon, is a place of reflection. Maybe you have been in this place before where you felt a sense of disconnect. You felt a sense of isolation, and you reach a point of breaking through, right? Next thing come up is a Chariot card. So it makes sense why the Chariot card would come forward, because this has to do with, and this is the third time of me hearing this for today, the energy that is present for the new moon is success and ambition. So this card is representative of success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, and focus. So it's asking you to focus at this time. And then the Justice card. This is a particular even in the playing field, okay? Has to do with karma, consequence, accountability, law and truth, honesty, integrity, cause and effect. Everything has a cause and effect, a yin and a yang, a balancing effect to the things that happen or have happened. So thus far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards thus far, and then we have 2 more that we're going to pull forward, and we're going to close out the read. I hope that you guys received this message thus far. In regards to everything that has come up. So we have trickery, sneakiness, cunning, energy that's going to be maybe coming forward, or energies that you have to come in contact with. So just be aware, right? That's all I say to it. Be aware. So if you're aware, you're already ready for what's coming forward. All right. So the next thing to come up is the Devil card. So this makes sense for the trickery energy. It has to do with oppression, addiction, obsession, dependency, access, powerlessness, and limitations. But again, like, it's interesting that the Lovers and the Devil comes up, and then what's facing up is the Page of Wands. So you're moving to a place where you're going to be exploring adventure, excitement, fresh ideas, cheerfulness, energy, fearlessness, and extroversion. So there is some sort of pivot coming forward. I'm going to continue to pick 2 more cards to clarify. All right. And then, all right, so this 2 came out. So you got the Tower card, which has to do with breaking down something. So you're coming to a place where something is being broken down, maybe to its bare minimum. And then you got the Two of Cups, sorry. So the Two of Cups has to do with, again, partnerships and unity, mutual respect. So in order to get to a place of fulfillment, it has to be broken down to the foundation of things. And that is where you come into connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. So you come into a place of respect. So I hope that you guys receive this message, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye.